Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm finally back with my sit down videos. I know I have been gone for a while. I've posted my traveling vlogs, but I haven't really sat down and stuff, and this has to be the first video. I feel like this is what everyone asks me about, like, hey, what's happening with the coronavirus? Are you safe? Are you okay? People I talk to, people I don't talk to, people I haven't spoken to in a while, people that want to come here, people, like, it's a lot. I feel like every morning when I hold my phone, everyone is just asking me about the virus, and I thought, okay, let me just give you my honest thoughts and my honest opinions about what's really happening. So when it started in December, I read about it on the news, but it wasn't as bad. So it was like, oh, okay, there's this new virus. I left for vacation January, so yeah, there was already, like, we already knew about it out here. So I remember buying masks and trying to find hand sanitizers, and they were all gone, and it was already soon. I was like, oh, people have drama. Like, why are they finishing the hand sanitizers? So anyways, I go on vacation. I bought like these filter masks you probably saw in my vlogs, especially because I was going to the airport and I wanted to be safe there, because a lot of people come from different parts of the world. And being in the Philippines, there was only one case, and that was also like, yo, there's someone here with it. But it was like, okay, she passed through Cebu, which is where we were, so she didn't leave the airport. She was at the airport and she left, and then yeah, so it was just one person. So we're kind of relaxed. I think you saw in our Philippines vlog, we didn't wear masks a lot. And when we were going to Singapore, something that we didn't even mention in our vlogs, our Airbnb host cancelled because there were 27 cases with the coronavirus, and that was scary. She was just like, no, I you know what, I can't have people here. I feel like you might bring the virus, or you guys, obviously you tourists, you want to go and look at other places and you might catch the virus and bring it to my home. So she cancelled, and I was like, okay, cool. Then we booked the second Airbnb. She also cancelled, and this time there were 34 cases, and it was scary. Like, I remember my boyfriend and I just sitting and wondering, like, should we just cancel and go back to South Korea? Like, because in Korea at that time there were no cases. I think there were 3 cases or 2, but you could still track them. Like, they knew how they got it. So there was a meeting in Singapore where there was a Korean guy in that meeting, and everyone in that meeting kind of got it from someone. So yeah, so I was still like, okay, they can still track it, so let's just go back to Korea. But then our flights were linked, so like we bought one-way flights, so from Jeju to Philippines, from Philippines to Singapore, from Singapore to Malaysia, from Malaysia back to Korea. So if we cancelled, let's say, Singapore, we weren't going to be able to go to Malaysia because we needed to go to Singapore to go to Malaysia. So like, we were just like, you know what, let's just do it. But I remember there was a time we were thinking like, okay, or maybe let's just cancel, lose money on both countries and just stay in the Philippines. We considered that, but we were gonna lose a lot of money because we already paid for accommodation and flights. But yeah, that was a really scary time where I really felt scared. In Korea, I was like on 13. That was still fine. I was like, okay, cool. And we considered coming back to South Africa as well. I remember I renewed my contract on the 24th of Feb, and I considered it. I was like, should I renew or should I just leave? Because, like, it's getting bad. And it was still like on maybe 27 people. And we came back, and schools, so I went back to work on the 24th of February. Same day I renewed, and then numbers got up to a point where now South Korea was on 600, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then it was 1,000, and it went up and it's up. Literally every part in Korea has it. So I'm on an island, like I already explained. Everyone is up on mainland. and I'm on the island, and there was the first case on the island. That was scary because it was like, okay, like, you know, it's here. And after that, second case, third case, and it's been on fourth case. Like, there's been 4 people and 2 have recovered, so there's 2 people with the virus on the island. Traveling to other countries, like, I feel like they weren't taking it serious. Probably Tender and I were the only 2 people wearing a mask, or you'd see every like maybe some, like, few people every now and again. But coming back to Korea, like, it was serious. Like, literally, even till today, I can count people that are not wearing a mask. Like, I actually didn't bump into anyone today. I usually count, and it's never like more than 5. So literally the whole country is wearing masks. And I get it on the media how you could be scared if you like reading it. I don't know, like, if you're just reading news, like how I'm concerned now about South Africa. Every time I read about South Africa, like, it's like 13, then it's 27, then it's 62, now it's on 116. It's like, whoa, you know, like, it's scary from an outsider. I don't know what's happening back home. And also I'm seeing like pictures that people like are buying groceries and blah 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 blah. But being from the inside, number one, that question of how's China, how are you in China, are you safe in China? I am not in China. I have never been to China. I don't even have a visa to go to China. I don't know why people think I'm in China. Like, my whole YouTube channel is about South Korea, living in South Korea. So like, I don't know, guys. Generally, I don't know what's happening in China. I read on the news the same way you do. Okay. Number 2, even though I'm not in China, I am close to China. So I think that's why Korea had a high number of cases, because that was between when they have their New Year's, and usually they travel, and that's when there was an outbreak around December. So they literally traveled with the virus. So in South Korea, Daegu is the area with the most cases, and Jeju, where I'm at, is one with the least cases, one of the few. I think there's 4 other places where it's just 4 people. So honestly, I am okay. I'm not as scared as I used to be when I was outside the country. So I understand how media can play, I don't know, like, media just has a way of being dramatic, making everything seem more dangerous than it actually is. Like, I remember there's an article that came out that there's a South African in Daegu who caught the virus. Number 1, they said the family couldn't contact that person, and when I read the article, they made it seem like they took away his phone, and I was scared. I was like, so if I get this virus, my mom's not gonna be able to talk to me and stuff like that. Like, I was like, what? And then when I got the real story, you know, when you leave a country, like, if I leave and decide I'm not coming back to Korea, I'm leaving for South Africa, I'm gonna close all my bank accounts, I'm gonna close my phone plan. That's what he did, because that was his last day and he wasn't renewing. So the media made it seem like they took his phone, but he actually just closed his phone, so his parents or family couldn't get a hold of him because he didn't have like a phone. You just had a phone with no SIM card. Then people are asking me, when are you coming back home? Are you coming back now? It's dangerous. And I get it. I get you guys are concerned, but I think you must understand that most of the people that are here have degrees, if not a diploma, which I think they book smart, or like you smart. Like, we're not gonna die here for this virus. Like, if it was really bad, like China bad, or like with the city is on lockdown, first of all, if it's on lockdown, we can't even leave. But anyways, it won't get that far. Like, if I feel like it's getting bad, like, I will come back home, guys. Like, what am I gonna do, like, with money and I can't spend it and I'm gonna die? Like, no one's gonna stay that long. So we are okay. Honestly, majority of us are okay, and I feel safer in Korea than in South Africa. Korea right now has 8,000 plus cases. South Africa is only on 100. but Korea has tested 230,000 people. I can go to a hospital right now and test for the virus for free. They've opened up their doors for foreigners, anyone in the country. They're just like, you know what, we want this virus gone. If you think you have it, come, let's test you, and it's free. Korea was prepared for this virus because they've had the MERS and the other one, SARS, I think. When it started breaking in China, they started making their test kits. Do you understand? 4 days before they confirmed their first case, they already had test kits. Korea produces 10,000 test kits per day, and one test kit tests 100 people. So do you understand how prepared they are? They're already doing COVID-19 test drive-throughs. Understand, like, you can drive through that test, like, which other country is doing that? Okay, maybe some people will copy it eventually, but they did it here first. And also patients, yeah, like nurses and doctors are safe because now there's this new system. It's called like a phone booth, and basically the patients can talk through the other side of the phone with the doctor, and they can tell them, like, okay, ask them questions, what symptoms are you having, blah 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 blah, and they can help them, and they can even swap themselves and put it in through this thing, like this blue tube, and in that case then people are safe, both like the staff members and the people that are testing, instead of like being in one room with everyone who might have it. And this whole process takes only about 7 minutes. These booths are negative pressure rooms, which makes it safer to be tested there than in an actual hospital. So I think that's why I'm leaning towards this government. And actually Korea had it on lockdown for the first 30 cases. Like, we knew this one got in contact with this one, that's why this one had it, like we literally knew. But when it comes to patient number 31, she didn't listen to the government. She went to church, and a lot of people from the church got it, if not 800. And then after church they went to their own homes, and that's why Daegu City, you know, that's how it spread. So I think South Africa will be fine. Honestly, it will be fine if you guys really listen to your president and stick to 100 people, you know, being in one space. Because if they're not even disclosing much to you, for me, for instance, all the patients in Jeju, I knew one was a delivery guy. I know the other lady worked at a hotel. You know, they're not telling you that type of information. So I know there's a 21-year-old in South Africa, in Gauteng, that has it, and she didn't travel international. It could be a black girl who probably works at an airport. After that she goes to Guru, she smokes Habli, you guys smoke Habli together, and it's over. Because after that all those people go to their own homes, they use public transport. Like, it could really spread so quick because you don't know much about the patients or where they went to. So I know churches are coming up, and like Easter holidays, Moria, all these church conference, or like basically that's when most South Africans go to church. Like, even people that don't go to church, including myself, on Easter I used to go to church. So if people really do not do that because you assume maybe no one has it in church, like, it's risky, guys. It's risky. I know people don't want to sacrifice churches, but like, a lot of us events have been cancelled in Korea. Like, it's not the same. If you watch my old vlogs, you'll see, like, around this time there were cherry blossom festivals, canola flowers, like, you know, it's almost spring, so flowers are coming back and it's really beautiful. But we could not go to those. I mean, you can go to the place and go see the flowers, but there was no events anymore. So K-pop, BTS, all these K-pop stars have cancelled their concerts. So like, a lot has been done even by the public to help the government. I think it's a 50-50 thing. So if you guys really, I think like South Africans will continue partying in big groups and then expect the government to solve this. So like, you know, your country's already low on like test kits, so you should help them and, you know, try to abide by their rules by not traveling, by not being in big groups. Like, meet them halfway, and that will make a huge difference, I promise you. I hope people don't take that risk, but then again, it could really go bad. That's my worry. Like, churches, it could really go bad. But let's hope for the best and hope people actually listen. Or let's just hope, if you don't listen, that no one has it. I mean, you guys are already at a disadvantage. You're told not to wear masks, and yeah, masks, they say it's not important, but if someone sneezes in your face, then it's over. You know, like, when do you get time to block? Or could be talking, you know, people talk, those people that talk and kind of like spit. Could be that, could be, it could be anything. Just be careful. And for China to control their outbreaks, they had to, you know, have travel bans and city lockdowns where like people couldn't travel to certain cities. Korea has been able to control the virus without any lockdowns. Like, no city has ever been locked down. There's still flights going everywhere in Korea. I can literally fly today. So it speaks volume about their type of workers. Like, well, the government thinks it's not necessary. I personally was like, oh no, people are gonna fly here with the virus, but somehow numbers are decreasing, so I guess everyone is more careful. Guys, just be careful and wash your hands. Wash your hands, wash your hands. The numbers started rising and it started being the topic of the virus because the numbers were, you know, going up so quick. But it was because they've done more tests than any other country, and it's working because the minister actually announced that they think we've reached the peak, hopefully, because Korea has 81 deaths and over 1,000, almost 1,500 recoveries. So there's more people recovering from the virus than dying from the virus, unlike other countries. Africa, oh my gosh, I can't believe it even got this far. I was really praying for Africa. I was like, please don't go to Africa. I know how it is back there. Most of us, I personally, I'm out of my mom's medical aid because I'm done with university, so I have to go to a public hospital. I know how public hospitals are. I don't know, I just wouldn't feel safe there, because number one, even for the virus to be detected, the first patient of the coronavirus in South Africa had to go to a hospital and say, hey, please check me out. Like, they didn't just catch it at the airport, you know. So it's like, how long was he, where did he go? Also, like, how South Africa is not disclosing information, that's scary for me. Like, all you're hearing is a 37-year-old traveled to Australia, is in Gauteng. Like, that's not enough. For me, in my area, Korea SMSs us. Like, your phone will ring with an alarm, everyone gets it. When you read it, obviously it's in Korean, you have to translate it to English, but Oksalai, we get it. When you read it, it tells you the fourth patient of the coronavirus, where did they go from the day they stepped on the island. On the 2nd of March, they went to this restaurant at 1 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, they went to the beach, at this beach. At 3 o'clock, they took this bus, 302. They disinfect all the 302 buses because they don't know which one it was. At 6, he did this. At 7, he did this. Then they close all the like, there's a lady who went to a McDonald's literally downstairs, Tender's building. They closed that McDonald's and then they disinfected it. So every place, it's like, I don't know, like, I feel so much comfort knowing where the patients have been, like literally the whole itinerary, flights, numbers. This patient was on this specific flight. So if you were in this flight or you're in these areas, please make sure, if you think you've been in contact with these patients, you come through and we test you. Like, that type of transparency helps the country, because now I know which places to avoid. On weekends, I don't leave the house. I only leave the house now because I have to go to work. So we still go to work, but schools are closed still. We're supposed to open on the 2nd of March. They pushed it 2 weeks. We're supposed to open on the 23rd of March. They still pushed it, and they told us now that we're going to open on the 6th of April. So hopefully that's the case. But I understand why they're still closing, because I understand kids are always together. I'm at high risk. I think I have over 400 and something students. So imagine, yeah, it's just a risk that no one is willing to take. Retired staff members have gone back to help. So, like, Koreans actually live like a long life. Like, people, like my students always tell me my grandmother's 107 and like they live a long life. So I don't know what's their retiring age. I don't know if it's like same as South Africa, if it's 60. They went back to go help even the university students. So if you had 2 years left to be a doctor or nurse, they also push them to go help at hospitals. So like it's full on help, and I'm safe here. I'm not coming back home because already the virus is there, and I think testing is 1,200, and I don't know. I don't trust the South African system. Yeah, so I hope that answers you. If you're a family member or a friend or anyone who knows me personally, or my mom's friends, because they like bugging my mom, I'm really safe. I'm really safe. We do all take precautions. We're all wearing our masks. There's hand sanitizers everywhere. My school gives me free masks, free hand sanitizers. My temperature is checked at my school every morning. Kids, or like some kids, like kindergarten, because obviously their parents have to go back to work, they have sanitizers as well. Each and every single bus has hand sanitizers. I went into a taxi today because I was late. It had a hand sanitizer, so it's like, and all the taxi drivers are wearing masks. Every bus driver, you cannot go on any bus without a mask. You cannot go on any transportation without a mask. So people here are taking it serious, and I believe in the South Korean government. People that are asking me if you should still apply, I'd say like it's your own risk. Depends where you place it, depends how high your paranoia level is. For me, I'm a very chill person. I barely get paranoid, so even now I'm just like, it's okay. If you do apply and then you decide not to come because let's say they take you and you're like, oh it's too bad, or I'm too scared, then Epic does have a penalty where you do not apply for a year. Yeah, I think a whole year, then you can apply the other year, so then you'd have to wait for 2 years. Or you could just not apply and wait it out and then apply when you think it's better. So really, I don't know, it's up to you. But no one has left because of the virus, so everyone is still here. Everyone renewed their contracts. We're just going to work and not doing anything because there's no students. But I guess they don't want to pay us for not doing anything, although they are paying us for not doing anything. But at least we go to work. So yeah, those are my thoughts about coronavirus. I think Korea will fight it off. I think schools will be open. I believe yeah, everything will be back to normal. And I hope that Africa is able to fight it, especially South Africa, because that's where I'm from, and everywhere, actually everywhere in the world. I think we have the capacity to do this. There's obviously like propaganda, a lot of fake news and fake videos or old videos of like people deliberately spreading the virus. It's a lot. There's songs. I know South Africans, like I saw the tweets where they were joking. I mean, those were funny. I was laughing, but I still hope you guys are joking and washing your hands, because this virus is real. Obviously, if you know, for older people, as you've heard, for older people and for younger people where their immune system is still kind of weak, they are at risk, including us. I have asthma, so yeah, if I get it, like hectic, but I'm not gonna get it. No, the secret, I'm only manifesting good things. I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna come home and visit you whenever I feel like it. I don't even know when I'm coming back home, because if vacation days come and it's hectic there in South Africa, you know, I'm not gonna come. But to close this video, I'm just here to tell you that I'm okay. Honestly, I'm okay. And if things get really bad, I will come back home. I will not compromise my health or, you know, try to die because of Mali. You know, no, we will come back home. We're safe. Everything is still normal. Shops are open. I go to work. No one is buying anything in bulks. I went to the shop yesterday. It's packed, like food. People were still scared. Like when I came back from vacation, it was empty, but not that they told us not to leave. People are just like scared to leave, but Now it's pretty normal. Everyone's just got their masks on, hand sanitizers, and we're just being careful. So yeah, I hope this answers everything, and maybe you're less worried about me or anyone you know that's in Korea specifically. I don't know about China. Oh, I know South Africans in China were fetched by the government, so hopefully when it's bad they're gonna fetch us too. I'm joking, it's not gonna get that far. But Korea, guys, Korea's got smart people. Like, we're gonna work through this, and then in Africa they're gonna share their resources. The whole country's gonna go back to normal. It's gonna take time, but it will get there. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope I didn't ramble too much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, please go watch my vlogs. Go watch all my vlogs and watch my beautiful vacation. Yeah. Like this video, please. Like, share. And if you ask me one more time, you hope that I'm okay, or you think I'm okay, like, I'm just gonna send you this link and you're gonna have to watch this video. If I send you this link and you're watching this video, I hope you got your answer that I'm good. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.